I wanted to talk about the competitive TF2 Highlander team Kogasa because I consider it a good experience overall, even if there are many losers among the journey. For reference, Team Kogasa was a competitive offshoot formed from the controversial Kogasatopia TF2 server based on the Toho character with the same name. Kogasatopia has many opponents due to the infamous one-rule policy on the server, and it is also a banned 4chan server, which comes with its own stigma as well. Let's start with the history of the team. It formed in April 2023 for funsies, participating in RGL Season 15's newcomer bracket. At this point, I was regularly playing on Kogasatopia since the autumn of 2022. I have always thought about doing TF2 competitive for a while, but the idea of 9 strangers gooning in a Discord call seems extremely soulless, and it is. The difference is that Kogasa's team was connected through the server rather than through competitive itself, so that felt like there was an allegiance for all of us on the team, which inherently made it much more appealing. The funny thing about Kogasa's team was that we used Steam group chat instead of Discord. You know why? Because we hate Groomer Discord, that's why. This made it harder for other TF2 coaches to help us, but we still had our fair share of tutors, so we didn't really need them. I, Heractix, started in competitive because I kept showboating on the Kogasa server about my abilities, so I was invited to play Scout for Week 2 against Team Nerdbobs. The real reason I was invited by team leader Bad Ombre, also known as Scum Gang, was because he couldn't find another Scout. I don't like Scout, but I did kill the enemy sniper a few times, so I'd say I was okay. I would record each competitive match I played in, and uploaded them all to YouTube. You can see the playlist here. From then on, I was intertwined with competitive Kogasa activity, playing Engineer, Heavy, and Spy, as we steamrolled every other team until Grand Finals with Damage Inc. Up until this point, it was universally agreed upon that Kagi would disband after winning first place. Then we won second place. We were so overconfident during Grand Finals that we didn't have a single scrimmage match, and we were on maps that we weren't familiar with how to play competitively. The end result was disastrous, unless you were Damage Inc., then it was funny. Immediately after this news, 4chan started circle jerking that the server they were banned on lost humiliatingly. The thing that came out of this, which the 4chans latched onto like flies to shit, was 102 DPM. Our Heavy, Utsuho, did 102 damage per minute, which really isn't good if you play Heavy. The funnier thing that came out of this was that the Damage Inc. team leader, Motor Breath, then joined Kogasatopia with the name 8.5 to 1.5 or something like that to troll Ombre. So that was bad. We couldn't end on a loss, everybody knew it. Even at the end of the video, Clenchface, our soldier, says, "We're signing up for next season." But doing that also came with its fair share of problems. First, our team leaders, Ombre and Kaze, were going to take a break for a while from TF2. This means we needed a new team leader. Second, we would be moved to Amateur Division, a step above Newcomer, meaning fiercer competition. Third, it was painfully obvious that we needed new players on the team. We found out very quickly that nobody was willing to lead Kogasa for another season. With no other option, I stepped up to do it. I had to reinstall Discord, that's how hard this was. I even paid the $10 or $20 for Serve Me TF Premium. It's a website that hosts TF2 servers, usually for competitive. My first step as team leader was initiating Operation Ronald McDonald, because I'm from America, and it's related to Toho. This plan was really cutthroat. I decided to get in some big mamas on that roster in exchange for cutting others. On top of that, we would have 6 scrims every week, like tryhards, to make sure we would be in top shape. Ombre lamented that this made Team Kogasa a step closer to being soulless, but since he had to go away for a bit, he couldn't really protest. I remember the first week as Kogasa's new team leader being a disaster. Really bad. Stupid. Hairline receding. First of all, I was new at everything, so I had to teach myself on what to do. which admittedly wasn't too bad. Second, it was a rematch against Damage Inc., the team that beat us in Grand Finals last season. RGL scheduled a rematch for Week 1. What the hell? Third, Retrowave had to move across the country, so I needed to find an NG. Fourth, Shullers, our super duper OP sniper, had to go to Arizona as a last-minute announcement. Then the day of the official comes up, and I have 6 hours of sleep. I had to find a heavy ringer and an NG ringer, so I get Dude Bro and ISO. But then Retrowave comes back, and Yahome's internet just cuts out. So I move ISO, who is an experienced TF2 player and one of our coaches, to Medic, which is a class he's never played before. So all of these things, they point to a loss. I'm prepared for the loss. I've got a speech ready to go. There might be some desertions on our team, but miraculously, we won. We beat Damage Inc. after they owned us last season. The cards were stacked against us, but we managed to pull through. Mostly due to Moodbreaker, though. He destroyed Damage Inc. as sniper. I even was scared that he might have been toggling, but he wasn't. After that, it was much smoother sailing. It took us a few scrims to get the new team composition down, but when we did get coordinated, we started owning so badly. Week 4 was an upset. Everyone expected CBT to beat Kogasa, but we trounced them so badly. There was a Twitch caster liberal named Strongest Caster, and he interviewed me and got PTSD from the Trump impression. It was so hilarious. Team Kogasa's only real problem was for the first 5 weeks, nobody wanted to play Demo Man. We had Rayson on Scout, Clenchface as a Beast Soldier, Marissa as Pyro, Moodbreaker on Heavy, Shullers on Sniper, and Grimbler on Spy. We would swap Demo Man here and there with Exo, Yahomes. Finally, I took the role. But then Ombre came back from his vacation and fixed that issue. Then we curb stomped the competition. It wasn't even funny. It says we lost on Steel, but we actually won by a landslide. Check the VOD. They overturned our election to keep us from first place, but we took first place anyway. We avenged Kogasa's defeat with record numbers. We killed Damage Inc. so badly that they had a name change. Motor Breath left his own team after losing to us and probably went down a sewer slide or something. Of course, victory is controversial, and the so-called strongest caster from Twitch refused to stream our grand finals match. He disrespected us so badly because he feared Big Trump. After we won bigly, I posted this in his Discord and I got banned instantly. Big whoop. On top of that, the Fortrans are still salty about our win. Just so pathetic. Sad! They say, "You will never have a medal." A medal? Why the hell would I give up my 3rd cosmetic slot? We have idiots, people. The main person pushing this anti-Kage rhetoric is a pathetic 4chan disgrace named Anthony. I mean, how badly do you have to fail to be Anthony? We have a person who used scissors on his genitals. We have a person who sent cheese pizza to Vorobe on Groomer Discord. Fail. This is the best thing our opposition is. They're just losers, okay? But that's Kagi's history. Oh yeah, and halfway through the history, we also did this thing, which we won really easily because it was kind of like a pub. But what's interesting to talk about is Team Kogasa's future. I'd say it's very slim that Kogasa would return to Highlander. There are several issues. First, RGL treated us badly. I'm pretty sure they know what Kogasatopia is by now, and it's a bad look to have our team winning in their leagues that are polluted by the Alphabet Brigade. That's why they doubled their usual punishments for us. They gave us a major and minor penalty for the same offense, using the Darwin's Danger Shield. And every time we did something sus, like Ombre typed out a racial slur, they would wait till Monday to issue the ban so he would be banned for 2 matches instead of the usual 1. That's how badly they were out to get us. What a disgrace. Second, we would need a lot of new players for new Kage, since our old players are just tired of this format, and I can't blame them. There would need to be a new Pyro, because Marissa has poop internet. There would need to be a new heavy because Moodbreaker needs his sleep. He plays during 3 a.m. in England, the poor man. We would need a new medic, or a new Engie, or maybe even both. Lastly, and most devastatingly, we would need a new soldier, but Clenchface was carrying big with his stats throughout the season. If we can't convince him to return, Koggy's future matches, if they existed, would be really bad. Other than that, it would probably be easy to coax Ombre, Shullers, Racing, Yahomes, and Grimbler to return to Team Koggy. It seems turning into a sixes team seems more likely, but it's still slim. That's probably it for Team Kogasa though. It was fun while it lasted. There are many YouTube videos of the matches I've played, and I don't really feel like going through each and every one of them to find out if Moodbreaker said the N-word or not and get my channel banned. People have noted that I've never really fit into Kogasa culture. I mean, maybe. To an outsider, it seems like I just got caught up with them. I don't use 4chan, and I don't like Umineko or any of those other anime things. I just knew about Toho, and that was enough. Maybe that's still too much, actually. Recently, I was banned on Uncle Topia because of my association with Team Kogasa. Then, Kogasatopia disabled mini-sentries because of the radical influence of scout mains like Dragon! The anti-engineer and anti-Super Mario sentiment is laughable on Kogasatopia. Plus, they're obsessed with the King of the Hill game mode, which I hate. So, it's fine. I was getting burnt out on TF2 anyways. Fortnite is better!